when dealing with the midpoint, well, what is the midpoint? Well, pretty much the midpoint is the center point between two points in a coordinate plane. Okay? The center point between 2 points within a coordinate plane. What does this mean? Well, there's a formula for this, okay? You have capital M. Okay? Capital M standing for midpoint. Alright? This is equal to parenthesis x1 plus x2 over 2, y1 plus y2 over 2. That's it. Example. Example, you might have, I don't know, 3, -4, and you might have 9, I don't know,
5.
7, right? I'm just pulling this out of a hat. I'm just making this up, right? And if you were to label this, of course, x1, y1, x2, y2, okay? Same as you would do for your slope, okay? The same as you would do for your slope. You would label them. And what you would do, you would just use this formula right here. Add the x1s together and add the x1s. Add the x's together and add the y's together, okay? So you have 3 plus 9 over 2, comma. You have -4 plus 7 over 2, okay? Therefore, what's 3 plus 9?
12.
12. So therefore we have 12 over 2. And what's -4 plus 7?
3.
3. 3 over 2. Right? What's 12 divided by 2? 6. So our midpoint is 6. And 3 divided by 2 is 1.5. There we go. 1.5. This is the only time when I'm going to want y'all to put these in decimals, okay?
All right.
The only time. Any other time when we're dealing with slopes and whatnot, keep it as a fraction and simplify it, okay?
Oh, so you did.
Yeah, but because we're just finding the midpoint, that one midpoint, your x and y, 6 and 1.5, just that's your answer right there, okay?
All right.
Understood?
So you just divide by the denominator?
Yes, that's it.
All right.
You're gonna have 2 as your denominator each and every time.
Oh,
Okay.
So, yeah, that makes it easier.
Okay? Yes. That's all you have to do. This is the midpoint formula. Okay? Now, finding one of the endpoints. Finding one of the endpoints. You might sometimes have, because y'all are geometry, you might sometimes have finding an endpoint. Okay? Finding an endpoint. This is when you are given one point, you're given a point, given a point, and given the midpoint. Okay? When you find an endpoint, you are given one of the endpoints and your midpoint, okay? So, let's discuss this. when this happens, let's say, for example, is saying that your endpoint is, I don't know, 5, -6, right? And your midpoint is, I don't know, 3, -2. Okay? Y'all see? Y'all good? Okay. So, let's say that it looks like this. Well, what are we going to do? Well, pretty much you draw yourself a little bit of a chart, if you will, okay? And this chart right here, it doesn't have to be big. It does not. Or you don't even have to draw the boxes. You don't. But you have your X and Y's, right? Because by this point, all of y'all should be well versed with your ordered pair, okay? Because I discussed that before. An ordered pair. X is always first, the Y is always second. And y'all got this in Algebra 1 last year, okay? So, X and Y, X and Y, X1, Y1, X2, Y2, X and Y, okay? So y'all already know your X comes first, your Y comes second, okay? So looking at this, you see this happening. You know that this is an endpoint, so we're going to put our endpoint first. 5, -6. And we're going to put our midpoint second, okay? Midpoint goes in the center. 3, -2, okay? And what we are going to do is count, okay? We are going to count. This is very simple. Ms. Criado, how many units are we counting from 5 to 3? Count down from 5 to 3.
Oh, 2. Sorry, I was confused.
Now, it's okay. Now, what kind of 2 are we counting? Are we counting up or down? So therefore, what kind of 2 are we counting? -2. We are counting -2 units, right?
Oh.
So therefore, count -2 more units from 3. Count -2 more units. And what do you get? What's 3 minus 2?
1.
There you go. That's 1. Miss Cooper,
Oh my gosh.
how many units are you counting from -6 to -2?
4.
Huh?
4.
Now, what kind of 4? Al, are you going to be taking the quiz for her?
No.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Because you sure enough giving her the answers.
Well, he's saying what I was going to say anyway.
Go ahead. Miss Cooper.
Positive.
Positive 4. Okay?
That's not good.
So let's count up 4 more. What will you get? Count up from negative.
4 more.
Yeah, 4 more. So
8.
no.
What?
Oh my
It's a 4. You said
Negative
4.
-2 plus 4.
Oh, 6. Okay.
Miss Burns.
Positive. How is it 2?
Positive 2. Thank you. Okay.
It's a 4, and then it's like -2. That's pretty much.
But where did 8 come from?
Oh, okay.
Subtract that 4.
It's okay. It's okay. Take your time. Okay.
It's all good. It's all
It's
good.
okay. It's okay. All right. Shh. It's okay. It's fine. All right. So therefore, what's our other endpoint? What is the other endpoint that we just found? 1, 2. 1, 2. Okay.
Oh, I see now.
Y'all good?
Yeah, that's kind of simple. Actually.
Huh?
This is just all we're doing?
This is the midpoint.
Bro, I swear, if I fail this quiz.
Oh, that's a lot of pressure.
Okay. Distance formula. All right. Any questions on this so far?
So we got to do all that to get to that.
Yeah, I mean, but it's not really.
It's really nice.
It's not all that. You're going to be getting 4 questions Actually, today I'm giving you 4 questions on the midpoint and 4 questions on finding the other endpoint, and then 4 questions on your distance.
Okay, it's separate.
But on Thursday, you're gonna get 4 more questions finding the slope. Okay? So you're gonna have a total of 16 questions. Ish, maybe. I don't know, depending on how I'm feeling. I'm probably gonna give y'all 2 questions each for like these 4, so you, I don't know.
You don't know.
In between 10 to 16 questions you're gonna get for Thursday, for this quiz. All right? So don't worry. So, midpoint. It's real. Distance. Distance. The length between 2 points. Okay? The length between 2 points. That's it. Okay? The distance between 2 points is their length from point A to point B. All right? That is what you are finding. The distance formula is equal to that of, it's not a capital D, it's actually a lowercase d. So it's lowercase d is equal to the square root